country, Nigeria. The question is, who knows who will be the next? And in Lagos State, of course, kidnapping has been on the increase from 2023. You would agree with me. It is about the first chance. You call this, you call it one chance. Yes, you call it one chance. You bought a vehicle thinking they're going to drop you at your destination, and they just whisk you away, depossess you of your possessions, beat you even to the point of death, and still our security or operatives seem to be handicapped. It seems that their hands are tied because the question many people are asking is, why be it that we cannot be proactive in this very country? We've even seen people who have come out to say that even the Nigerian police should be held responsible for kidnapping in Nigeria. Why do some people say this? They say that even the Nigerian police will arrest you, detain you, and at the end of the day, they will tell you that bail is free. But what happens eventually? You end up paying, and this means that they arrested you without your consent. They just whisk you away, and at the end of the day, you have to pay ransom. And lots of revelations have come out in this regard. Today, we are looking at a spike in abduction in Nigeria. What are the possible solutions? Can we consider state policing as the immediate solution or long-term solution to helping us curb this very menace? We're now being joined by a security expert, former director of DSS, Amachree, who joins us from Texas, United States of America. Amachree, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Oh, it's good to have you join us on U45 Morning Show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's quickly hit the nail on the head. Dennis, you are abroad right now. First, I would like to get your view about the state of abduction in the country. Can you also give us a background to what has led us to this present state?
Well, thank you for having me. The abduction case has come with us for so many years, right from 2006, when people were abducted right from the South, and it moved on to Lagos, and from Lagos to other parts of the country. Boko Haram even picked it up. They didn't start it. They picked it up, and then, of course, we have foreign terrorists that came in, and they are now abducting people, using the money to take care of themselves, and they locate themselves inside the forests of north central Nigeria. So we have all these things going on. Why is it so, and why is it escalating at this time? And basically the escalation is because the Nigerian government did not do much at that time when it started. It didn't discourage people on, these abduction cases. And then, of course, that is fueled by the societal economic problems where you have poverty, unemployment, and many people come to see it as if you don't have a job and everything, you go and adopt somebody, and then you start asking for millions, and it will be given you because nobody is actually pursuing those bandits or terrorists who are demanding for money. If the government was discouraging people, before you do it, you think twice. Even armed robbery, that the consequences of armed robbery is death. At a time in Nigeria, if they catch you as an armed robber, you are even shot in public. The Babbage show. I don't know if you've heard of the Babbage show before, which we used to do in Lagos. Armed robbers are brought out to the Babbage and they were shot publicly. But now nobody cares and nobody is doing anything. So it emboldens them, and they go ahead with impunity and do whatever they want to do.
You reminded me of that particular, yes, that killing then. I can remember, I mean, those days, walking through the barracks, you see criminals, you gather there and you watch them being shot to death. And because of that, it makes a lot of people begin to have a rethink before thinking of engaging in criminal act. And now we have seen a situation where, let me use Ekiti as an example. In Ekiti, the two Obers that were killed, that were kidnapped and killed. Recently, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Dari Ogundari, said the suspect, Babusa Lede, confessed to his involvement in the killing of two monarchs, adding that efforts were on to apprehend others. My concern is, Dennis, why do you always, why do you think Nigeria police or our security agencies, why do they always wait until when an attack has been launched before then running after this kidnappers?
Okay, the structure of the police in Nigeria or the security is one that reacts. It reacts because they are controlled, by the presidency. Let me put it that way. They obey orders, so, and they are used, by the political class because they are not independent, where they will now look at anything of national interest and pursue it. Even for instance, let's take an example of EFCC. EFCC is anti-fraud or anti-crime agency that look at people with ill-gotten wealth or ill-gotten money. A boy who is about 18, 19, is driving Rolls-Royce car, which is very expensive. It is not that he stole the money. What they could do is to stop him, find out, investigate where he got the money, But right now, nobody talks about it. You see them going around with their friends and drinking and playing music, and when you see people like that, either one thing is the son of a big man, maybe a senator or somebody, or it's a Yahoo boy, so to say. Even if it's Yahoo boy, find out, did he really get the money through Yahoo, or he's a businessman who has been able to, gather some money by himself, and that's the way he chose to spend it. So we don't. Some people come up with sudden wealth. You know them last week, and today now they are in plenty of money. These are the kinds of things that you find out. Remember what you were saying, when they check your bag, they find out 500 naira. And then, of course, they will say, where do you get it? That's how society was. The value system was very high. But now, people don't say anything to anybody. And then, of course, the kids are having a full day. And then, of course, the economic situation is so bad that even the parents are waiting to see whether the kid or the child can bring in some money, because you find out that some children who are stealing around, picking pockets, when they pick, they take it home, and their parents are happy to receive it. So our society has gone down to the drains, and we have to do something about it.
From moral values, which parents have to pay attention to, it's some quarters are saying that state policing will assist in curbing the rate of abductions. So what do you think, what are the valuable solutions to the problem of abduction in Nigeria regarding bringing in state policing?
Okay. Yes, let's not jump into state policing, because there are fundamental issues that are surrounding this particular situation. So, first of all, abduction. How do we stop it? You look at it and then you find out, number one, the economic situation in the country is so bad. So government has a job to do by making that economic situation better for people. That's number one. Number two, you find out that unemployment, that's also part of the economic situation whereby you try to make people to earn money to take care of their families, okay? And that is also there. Then when you look at the other side, how do you discourage? In security, we say deter. How do you deter people from going into all this abduction and kidnapping? One of them is to make sure that you punish the people that get involved in it. I'll still use Nike's example, whereby, if they catch you, you are not going free. They say, oh, okay, you've told us who gave you the money, so I go home. No, you also have your punishment. So they have to go ahead and punish somebody to discourage, to deter people from doing it, because people are sitting down there and say, oh, okay, Evans was a millionaire kidnapper. They pay him in dollars and, they've arrested him, but nothing is happening. For years, nothing is happening. They say, this thing is not a bad idea because nothing will happen, and they go into it and they continue doing it. So to stop people from perpetrating crimes like that, then you have to punish. There will be consequences. And when people know that there are consequences, they will not, get involved in it. And one of the ones that we could do is to restructure the security system. And when you are going to restructure the security system, you look at the police again, because crime is committed locally. Where you are is a local government area. Where anybody is a local. Where I am is a council area in the United States, a council, and that is like local government, And these councils have what we call sheriff. And if any crime is committed or anything is happening, the first responders to that crime are sheriffs. They will come down there. The university I went to has its own police. They call them university police. And if anything is happening in the dormitory or on campus, they are the first people to come. If they discover that the crime that is being committed, like somebody killed somebody, then it becomes a state crime. Because you see, crimes are categorized. There are some which are local government crimes, like if you go and park your car anywhere in the street where it is designated not to park here, that's a local government crime, and the local government people will give you a ticket or sanction you for that. If you commit murder, then they will come and, of course, call in the state police. If you are selling marijuana to students on campus and the sheriff comes and they discover that, marijuana, and that is a federal crime, they will now call the FBI, which is a federal police, and those people will come and take care of it. So all of them have their own different responsibilities, and you can break it down to Nigerian situation.
Based on what you have said and the need for corporates to be punished as a way to deter others who have criminal minds from, perpetrating such act. What kind of punishment would you recommend at this point in time? That's number one question. The number two, while you were talking, you said our society has gone down the drains, which automatically means that our values are being eroded. How do you think we would return back to those old days where our parents, take a close look at the children and guidance, their words, to ensure that they end up being a kind of person that people or the society would identify with?
Okay, first of all, your first question is about, remind me, please.
What kind of punishment would you recommend for kidnappers and all other criminals?
Okay. Our laws are very clear. Our laws are very clear where you have different laws. Like I said before, it was death sentence for armed robbery. And terrorism is also, the laws are there. But you find out that sometimes, many people say, they are not terrorists. Don't put them as terrorists. They are just bandits. You know the difference. Bandits are a gang of thieves. Terrorists are people who carry guns and go and, attack the fundamentals of government. So what does that tell you? Some people in government are supporting these people. President Jonathan has said it. Other people have said it, and even the action of government in the Buhari administration, that even United Arab Emirates sent a list of terrorist financiers to the government, and then the Attorney General, said, "Oh, I'm going to publish it. And he didn't publish it. Why didn't he publish it? Because some people he know, or some people that are very close to him are on that list, and he did not. So you find out that there are a lot of problems. It has become complicated, whereby a lot of people who are supposed to stop this crime are also involved in it. Traditional rulers, in the north, you find out that religious leaders everywhere, get involved in it because of the money. It's what we call criminal enterprise. It's a criminal enterprise. There's a lot of money in there, and people are benefiting, And of course, it's one that even in Lagos, you see all these big churches. Instead of factories and manufacturing or work where people will go and work and everything, you are a Yahoo boy, or you are some kind of involved in some kind of crime, and you go there and the pastors are busy telling you that you must bring your tithe, and that's your easiest way to heaven and everything, and a kidnapper goes in there and then donates some heavy sum of money, and they give him a seat in front where he's going to be sitting down and as an important person. So societal values are upside down, and as they are upside down, to stop it, we need a very serious reorientation. We have a government agency called the National Orientation Agency. As far as I'm concerned, they are just sitting down, they are earning their salary, they don't do anything. And the government have to really think about it, put somebody in there that will do what it's supposed to do. Orient the people towards the nation. Make people patriotic. Many Nigerians are not patriotic. Many Nigerians are busy looking for daily bread. So who worry about patriotism? So it is that problem.
Dennis, I'm sorry. would like to quickly cut you there, and that is based on your submission on patriotism. When you say many Nigerians are not patriotism, don't you think the reason is not far-fetched? Because a lot of people, because if you want your citizens to be patriotic, then it will mean that even the government itself is sensitive to the plight of the citizens and is also patriotic about the nation. Because just how do you begin the conversation? How do you explain the fact that citizens of Nigeria, up until now, with the economic hardship, don't even get anything as a citizen, no stipend to support them, and the economy continues to bite harder on the people? And we say that the government does not want crime to be on the increase. Are we not deceiving ourselves here? Is it not government that is also encouraging the people to lack patriotism in the system?
You are very, very correct. Everybody is involved, so everybody is guilty. Guilty. And then, of course, the government takes much of the blame because the government is supposed to be the leader. They are supposed to lead us. So they will show example. The leader shows example. I'll give you an example. For instance, the whole of Nigeria has 1,000 naira. That's our money. 1,000 or let me say 1 million naira. Out of this 1 million naira, the government comes to say that, look, this 1 million naira is not enough for everybody. So we have to tighten our belt. So if we are tightening our belt, that means that you try, and if you are eating 3 times a day, eat once a day. So that we save something to take care of the whole country until things get better. But when we are all tightening our belt, we see that politicians are busy buying Land Cruisers for 160 million naira for one, And then when the man was challenged on the media, one of the senators was challenged on the media. He said that, we need a strong car because the road is bad. Who is supposed to fix the road? The road is bad, and the person responsible for fixing the road have not fixed it, and then you are now buying a strong car to go and drive on that road so that the road will continue to be bad. So you find out that our value system is upside down. I keep on maintaining that because these are things, the examples are not shown. When people have not eaten for a day, they go to bed hungry, and then you find somebody who is driving by with a Range Rover fully air conditioned, and then of course they are standing at the bus stop, and it just rained, so you just carelessly drive through and pour water on everybody and drive away. These are wrong. And of course, the people doing that should watch, because you see, society will continue to get to this level whereby people will come out and then start to agitate. You know what happened in 2 days ago? Where was that? I know that there was a protest, and in Kano, and then the other place. So people are kicking. And I think any responsible government should look at this, because let government not be so let them not behave as if they don't know what is happening. Things are happening, and then of course you see some government officials who will come out and tell you, there's no problem. There's no problem. It's just opposition, bad belly people just talking nonsense. They are saying it to butter the president. But the president should also know, because a Nigerian used to be an activist. The president used to be an activist. So he knows the bad things that happen in society. And the faster he addresses this thing, the better for Nigerians, because what Nigerians are asking for is, somebody to address these problems quickly so that society will get better.
recently, there's this late fella Anikulapo's son, Sheun Kuti, was arrested based on the fact that he assaulted a policeman while driving. And, of course, he was taken to the cell in Panti. And he said there are two cells in Panti, cell 1 and cell 2. But, of course, I think cell 1 is where they put the notorious criminals. And he specifically said that when the Nigeria police went to throw him where the hardened criminals are being dumped, they thought they were, punishing him, but that they gave him room to see what is happening inside there. And part of the submission, he made observations that he got is the fact that many kidnappers in that very cell, the ringleaders are always policemen, according to his statement. And he now bring it back, he narrowed it down to the fact that we have been talking about Evans and all that. At the end of the day, there seemed to be connection between the big cop we all celebrated, Abduction, who was in charge of RRS then. Okay, was it RRS? I'm trying to remember the squad. Immediately, Evans his case was brought up. They went to, they arrested him, and the case, everybody celebrated that the notorious kidnapper has now been arrested. But up until now, we are yet to see where that case will end. And then again, the question again is, Evans, the alleged notorious kidnapper, is in cell right now. I mean, he's in prison. But this kidnapping is still not stopped. Instead, it is increasing by the day. And which now makes him conclude that there's no kidnapping that happens in Nigeria without the police having a knowledge of this. What do you make out of this?
Yeah, Evans is in prison, but kidnapping continues. I told you, it started before him. And it will continue to start after him. It will continue after him. Because, he didn't start it. So, forget about that one. The one that we're worried about is the involvement of police officers. Now, realize that police officers are Nigerians too. They go to the same market, they live in the same place where landlord is going to pursue them, even the barracks, Have you seen the police barracks? Pass through one. Just drive through as if you miss your way and pass through, and say you're asking for somebody and look at where police people live. Then you will know that we have a problem there. You don't take care of them, and then you think that they are police because they are policemen, they are angels sent from heaven. They are Nigerians, and they are going through the same problem. So it all zeroes back to the poverty level and the situation in the country whereby things should get better. If things don't get better, we will continue to find out that these things will get worse and worse and worse and worse, And we don't want to get to the breaking point, where things will be out of hand.
Dennis, so much has been said. You talked about NOA not doing enough. And we have also narrowed this challenge, continuity, to the high level of poverty in the land. And this is still what Nigerians are still battling with till now. How do you think governments can actually address the state of poverty? Because recently, in fact, today, part of what we talked about in our hashtags and trends, the gist is that a particular soldier came out in a video that went viral saying that his salary is 50,000 naira. And the transportation fare for him to visit his home to see his family cost 70,000 naira. Rather than for the situation to be addressed appropriately, this soldier has now been, of course, arrested and, is behind bars with the military. Well, how do you see this kind of situation? And of course, this is the same thing every Nigerian is complaining about. And the people also helping us to go to the Sambisa forest, one of them is crying out to say his salary is not enough. And the next thing is that he's behind bars. Is that the way to go? And if not, give us your suggestion.
Of course, you know it's not the way to go. But again, I don't have the details of that arrest. I know, I saw the video where the guy was, in fact, saying that his salary is 50, doesn't know how to get to his family. And of course, I also saw where some people were trying to donate money to him, you know, because Nigerians are very nice people. I don't know about whether he was arrested by the military authorities and locked up or something like that. I will not be surprised because, you know, there are procedures. Military people don't come to the press. It's not because of our social media days now, you know, where you have even police or military come to start to talk. Even in the civil service, you know, somebody working in the ministry cannot come and start to give a press statement. You know, there are people who are designated as pressmen or spokespeople, you know, and those are the people to talk because these are disciplined organizations. They call them disciplined organization. You don't talk. So anyway, the cat is already out of the bag, whereby we now know that they are not well paid, and then of course their welfare is not taken care of, and that is a no-no. You have to take care of your forces. You know, here in the United States, if you see the way they respect soldiers, you want to go and join. You want to go and join because they are the ones that are safeguarding the country. They go even at airport, anywhere, you know, at airport, before people will board. The first board, even before first class people will board, they will board the soldiers in uniform. They tell them, you can go and board. And when they are going to board, they will tell them, thank you for your service to the nation. And sometimes they even clap for them while they are boarding. That tells you, in fact, the soldier will be so proud that, hey, these people I'm dying for really respect me, you know. And that one does not have anything to do with salary. It has to do with respect. And they will board anytime they are in uniform, and people, you go to anywhere, even go to a store to buy something, and they'll say, oh, thank you for your service, thank you for your service. You know, here we don't care. You know, so we have to start thinking about how to take care of our fighting forces and our policemen.
Because of time, Dennis and Amachree, I would want us to quickly look at a lasting solution, either short term or long term. Do you think that state policing is actually an option to be considered at this point in time by government? If not, tell us basically what you think would suffice at this moment to help us curb increase in kidnapping.
Well, Nika, you know that I've been an advocate. I have been an advocate of state police. You know, I've always advocated for it because crime is committed locally. Crime is committed locally. And if it is committed locally, it has to be handled locally. So you find out that, you know, if we don't have police to cover all the localities, what we now call the ungoverned spaces, you know, there are bandits, terrorists from foreign countries inside Nigeria, occupying ungoverned spaces, and these spaces are inside the country. Ungoverned spaces because there is no law enforcement there. There's no law enforcement. So why don't you put law enforcement in the area? And then, of course, if crime is being committed, people in the locality, they know who is a policeman and they know who is a criminal. And then, of course, they will tell They will tell the security people or the policeman that, see, that man a thief. Even in the village, you know, the thieves are known. The thieves are known. They will say, that guy, some people will tell you, don't move around with that boy, or he's a thief. You know, they are known. So you can easily, if police is near to the people, they can now take care of it. So you don't have the present structure we have in Nigeria, where the police inspector general is in Abuja, and then of course go to different kinds of the country, and then you discover that even a policeman from Kano State, you know, is sent to Calabar. You know, number one, he does not know the terrain, he does not know the environment. You know, so he has to learn what is happening. But if you have state police and these people are from the locality, they know each other. They know the father of the police and his mother. You know, they know them. And he is there to enforce laws. I think it's a better deal. And I think that's what exists all over the world. You know, people know them, and then they keep to the laws that form them. And society will be better.
Say a very big thank you to you, then it's Amachree, for sharing your thoughts with us this morning on how you think we can best tackle kidnapping, which is on the rise in our country, Nigeria. I do have a beautiful day.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. All right, viewers, we are